The mountain goat is called a mountain goat for a reason. It is in the mountains that these animals find it easiest to hide from predators, and it is on mountain slopes that they find it easiest to get to new meadows where they can eat green grass to their heart's content. And if it is clear why goats climb mountain slopes, why do they stubbornly climb the slopes of numerous dams? The Alpine Mountains are home to a special species of ibex, an ibex goat. In the Middle Ages, these animals were considered sacred, each part of their body, as if it could cure illnesses. Because of this, ibexes were nearly exterminated, so that in the early 19th century only 100 individuals remained in Italy near Mount Gran Paradiso, Italy's highest peak. Then a local forester and a naturalist joined forces and convinced the authorities to start protecting the alpine ibex. A few years later, King Victor Emmanuel II took these animals under his personal protection, completely banning the hunting of them. So absolutely all mountain goats, which can now be seen in the north of Italy and Switzerland, are the descendants of the same 100 remaining goats. However, the goats did not get to Switzerland on their own. They were smuggled there in 1906, because the Italian king refused to sell his goats outside the country, considering them a national treasure. It was not a pointless venture to risk bringing ibex into Switzerland. In fact, these goats attract quite a few tourists. It was they that were used in the ancient world and in the Middle Ages to represent the celestial Capricorn. And the sight of goats moving briskly along the steep wall of the dams constantly attracts photographers. So why would mountain goats climb steep man-made walls? It's all about their diet. Mountain goats live high in the mountains up to 3,500 meters above sea level. There they look for glades with grasses and bushes. Mountain goats are quite unpretentious in food. They can easily eat mosses, lichens, dry grass, dry twigs, and even poisonous plants. But what they desperately lack in the mountains is salt. I saw 15 to 25 goats climb the dam at one time. The rest of the goats were standing at the bottom of the dam. That said, the dam was very high. Local people said it was about 50 meters high and very steep, almost 90 degrees. The goats climbed on their hooves, as if they were rubber, and literally sucked on the wall. And they did all this just to lick the walls and lick off the salt, says Federica Grassi, a 63-year-old Italian. Federica filmed almost the entire herd of mountain goats going out to find salt. The water was leaving a thin layer of salt on the walls of the dam, and it was for the sake of it that the ibexes risked their lives. I watched the goats standing on top of the dam, and it was really amazing to see the goats moving around where there didn't seem to be anything to cling to. And they were also having fights on the steep wall, fighting for the saltiest spot. As Federica was told by a local resident, for some reason the local goats like this particular dam. There are several other dams in the area and ibex graze there as well, but this is where they come in whole herds.